What's up? What's up, guys? Good morning. It's 5:50 a.m. I have my coffee, and I'm just getting started. It was really hard for me to wake up today, but you know what? I'm starting this morning like a champ. Let me just update my screen because it's not working right now. Let me fix up some things on my screen. Boop, boop. All right. And we're great. We're good to go, I think. Goodish. Goodish to go-ish. Huh. Why is my screen not showing up? Alright, let me just fix up this. Double face. There we go. I just realized something. Is there a way for me to... What's the iPad setting? Oh, there's like this thing. Is that awkward looking? Hey, well, you know what? Today I won't mess with this. I just realized there's this thing that I could use that I haven't been using. Nope, wrong one. Yep, right one. Rah. Okay, so Friday morning. I guess today is also a quick stream. How come my Chrome window doesn't show anything? There we go. And we're good to go. Okay, just messing around with my screen right now, which is probably not that important, but I don't know. It's just some things are just bothering me right now. All right, let me. I'll have to deal with this later. I just want to be able to work with this now. All right. Wow, my brain. What the? Okay. So, this course is looking a little sketch right now because no one wants to really make a decision until their June SAT. Did I have the date already down? Let me just double check the date. The June SAT is supposed to come out next week on. I didn't write it down. Okay, I need to look at it. June SAT scores. Daniel, what's up? Killer Dan, Killer Dan, are are you a rapper? Is that why you're Killer Dan, or are you a gamer? Okay. Comes out the 13th, so actually I need to write this down on my calendar. uh, it was for Minecraft, because you were a killer at Minecraft. I feel like I probably have to play Minecraft at some point. Hang on. June SAT scores come out on the 13th. I'm just putting that on my calendar so I don't like. So I don't have to keep track. I don't have to keep searching it. Is basically the idea. Okay, so July 13th is when the scores come out. It's next Wednesday. So here I need to make contingency plans. Oh, yo, I do not judge. I have it's incredibly embarrassing what my handle was when I was a kid. Like oh my god, it was so embarrassing. I'm gonna say it, but it physically hurts me to say this handle that I had, which is 불고기 화랑. Oh, it hurts me to say it, but anyway, that's 불고기 화랑. Oh, I kind of just stuck with it. No, yeah, dude. On Discord is a little overwhelming. So I respect it. I think Discord's trying to change and make it more as casual, or more sort of like officially, so that people use their real names and stuff. But I don't know. I don't know if the culture of Discord is ready for that. Oh, dude, let me just double check any other chats that I've been sort of neglecting since last night. No, this is my last update. Although, yeah, that's literally you. uh, okay, college applications, that's a thing. That makes sense. Oh, dude, I actually completely forgot that I was gonna do a college applications thing, but dude, this summer is so draining. I realized I never actually gave a proper follow up. I don't have college application plans for this summer. I cannot even put it together. I'm so tired. Unless the August test falls apart. If the August course falls apart, then maybe I could do a college thing. Okay, I'm just sort of randomly clicking around because my brain is still not really turned on, but this is not the right. I don't need to be looking at this. I'm gonna work on my course description. So we have dates. Um, CH has to be Charlotte, right? For me, when I think Chapel Hill, why did I say? Ah. Okay, are you from the South? About me. No, I gotta start with orientation retrospective. Why? Why Chapel Hill? I'm trying to remember because I don't know a lot about Chapel Hill or athletics. Is there an extremely famous basketball player? Trying to remember. Like the best player of all time. It's crazy that his name doesn't come out here though. Why doesn't it come out like literally in the first paragraph? I'm shocked. Okay. It does? It is? I don't see it. Oh, it is. Okay. Okay. My brain is not fast enough. Huh, I actually don't know a lot about Chapel Hill other than my MJ. That's literally it's considered public Ivy, similar to Ivy League, and it's one of the oldest in North Carolina. Okay, and it has a good what you said is a business program, and you love the vibe because you want to get out of because you want to get out of New York. I see. Yeah, 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 yeah. Well, that's what happens with public schools, right? And I assume you're not aiming at private schools because of financial reasons. By the way, I just need to make this disclaimer up front. I am not a college admission specialist, and in fact, I like avoid it. I some people like as their jobs, they're always like researching colleges and trends and what gets people in. I avoid doing that. That's not. It gives me no joy to do that kind of thing. So I am pretty terrible at college admissions, but I am pretty good at writing, so I can help with the writing aspects, which is what the whole sort of summer thing was supposed to be about. But alas, too much to do. So much to do, so little time. Okay, orientation. Here we go. So I'm actually not fully. How can I quickly describe the whole purpose of this? It's not class time. It's free from the perspective of the parents. For me, it's really important because I think it's like probably one of the most important things because it creates a set of okay, meaning making. It helps with meaning making, helps with socializing, helps with goal setting, helps with getting some administrative matters out of the way. Uh, okay, so basic idea here is you'll okay, and then now I just need to brainstorm. I just need to like set goals, clarify. Set up basic portfolio vocab, things that will happen outside of official class hours, but will still make a huge impact on your on your study, because studying is not just listening to Saul talk all the time and mindlessly take notes and or sometimes or listen. Okay, that's just repetitive, but I'm just sort of, you want to set goals, have a clear idea of what you want, increase your sort of level of desire or expectation for the class, and intentionality. Okay, I mean that's like kind of the rough idea. All right, I just need to write it out real quick. How did I like? I loved U Chicago because, but I mean, yeah, I mean, I was a very particular kid. I was a very peculiar kid. I was also particular, slightly different words, but I was a very peculiar kid. I very much wanted to be in a community of people who liked studying and who weren't too, who didn't care too much about like realistic concerns. You know, they kind of just liked learning for learning's sake, and they weren't embarrassed about it. That's the kind of environment I wanted. That's the kind of kid I was when I was in high school. Those are the kind of kid. Those were the those are the kinds of kids that I really like. My social circle in high school was more like those kids. I mean, high school is very diverse, so you don't get that many of those kids, but you kind of get those kids, right? But U Chicago felt like a place where it was you could celebrate being a total nerd, and um, you know, like yeah, that was so liberating for me. It was basically everything I wanted. Now, that's not to say that's actually getting everything you want isn't necessarily always a good thing. If what you want is a little narrow or it's not the right, it's if you can want something that maybe isn't the best for you. And I do think, in retrospect, like my love for U Chicago was like stupid high, and then and even for like 5 years after coming out, it's like very very high. But like as I entered the real world and I dealt with different things, I realized that actually I kind of I kind of could have benefited from more involvement with sort of practical uh, like matters of like how to start businesses or starting like I mean even statistics, even learning statistics and stuff like that, more practical things. But I don't generally blame a college for that. I just or like at least an academic program for that. I could have just done more of that stuff through clubs. But U Chicago isn't really particularly known for entrepreneurial people. So I think maybe if you asked me when I was like 25 ish, like I would have like so pushed on like U Chicago for anyone who's curious. But now I'm more tempered about it. I think it was really good for me, generally speaking. Uh, but yeah, be careful what you wish for because sometimes you get too much of what you wish for, and maybe you actually need more diversification. But you know what? That's all abstract. At the end of the day, I fucking loved it, and you know what? I don't regret any of it. So I'm just going right now. I'm just sort of going through a mental dialogue in my head that I've sort of like roughly kind of had, but I've never said it out loud, and so I'm just saying it out loud, and I'm just sort of going around in circles. How did I like? Oh, so did I have a lot of extracurriculars? I guess I did, but it wasn't something I was super intentional about. Like I didn't keep doing something I disliked. I only did stuff that I enjoyed. So oh, either I enjoyed it or it was an exceedingly small amount of effort to do it, but people kept saying I had to do it. For example, NHS. I was like, NHS, what the hell? Why am I even here? But the amount of effort I had to put into staying in NHS for whatever many years, however many years I did it, uh, it was so small. Like, so I was just like, yeah, whatever. I'll just go to this one meeting every couple weeks. So I was like, so there were a couple of those that were sort of essentially meaningless, meaningless, but also meaningless in terms of the amount of stress it gave me. Uh, I think NHS was the only real one that was like that because I actually enjoyed tutoring, so tutoring was fine. Math tutoring, whatever. I enjoy and like having a system that kind of kicks you out of your zone and just like has you go like do volunteering every once in a while. That was fine, but the vast majority of my energy, extracurriculars wise, was all in church. Like 98, maybe in sophomore year, I guess I had a lot of energy going to speech and debate. But starting junior year, it was church. Huh, dude, I actually don't remember my extracurriculars that well when I was a high schooler. Hang on, let me. Holy crap, I do not remember very well. Like arts wise, I think I stopped doing artsy stuff. I was more of a church leader. But then, I was playing in the church band and stuff. But what was like the number that was the highest when I every I don't remember. I honestly what the heck? That Mu Alpha Theta was the right. Mu Alpha Theta was for math tutoring and slash math geeking out. I did IB. I did AP. I do not remember my extracurriculars. Holy crap! But I was extremely busy. Like the point is that I I I stopped playing video games in ninth grade. I avoided smartphones. Did not have a smartphone until after I graduated from college. Even though people were starting to get smartphones. Um, I mean, Blackberries were. People had Blackberries in high school and yeah, and iPhones during college. So I avoided all that, and I just kept keeping myself, creating music and doing church stuff, and I don't remember any other extracurriculars, but it must have been mainly church stuff. I did Bible club in school. That was interesting. Yeah, yeah. Hang on. So what I need to say here? You'll learn. You'll learn what you're doing wrong if and how you make classes. Yeah, so just to comment extracurriculars, you really want to be enjoying your extracurriculars. If you're doing things that are sort of bending you out of shape because you feel like you have to hit a certain number, um, you might still get into the school of your choice and everything. That's not necessarily gonna doom you, but it's just that your application is still always gonna be weaker, because looking good and having people that are enthusiastic about you are totally different. Like you can look good, but no one can be enthusiastic about you. Uh, you can look a little flawed, but you can have people who are enthusiastic about you. When I say people, I mean your teacher recommendations, your counselor recommendations, and then and also even just your application, like even like your admissions officer. Sometimes the admissions officers will go out of their way to learn more about you, just even though you didn't write much, like they'll go out of their ways to learn about you, to figure out who you really are. And the only way for people to be genuinely enthusiastic, actually enthusiastic about you, is for you to like your life. If you don't like your life, there's no way in hell anyone's gonna be like. You have to like what you do. So there's no way anyone can be enthusiastic about a kid who is doing things out of obligation or pressure. Like it's just because it kills their soul. It's not possible. You can do things out of obligation. You can be killing your soul, and you can look really, really good. It's possible. We're Asian. We know this. You can look really good, and you can have a soul that is dying. But it's really hard for people to be enthusiastic about you when you're like that, unless they're gonna make a lot of money off of you. When people are, you can be that's true. That's an interesting and very sad caveat, but people will be enthusiastic about you if even if you are a sort of dead soul, if they're gonna make a lot of money off of you. So, but that's enthusiasm for maybe less genuine reasons or less pure reasons, at least. You know, yeah, you might be surprised how much teachers. Yeah, I mean, rationally speaking, they might not have a lot of reason to be on your side or whatever. But if you're a good kid, you might be surprised how much teachers sort of just intuitively pick up on like the tiniest of subconscious signals. Like, whoa, hey, not like he makes eye contact. you know, like the teacher might not be telling himself or herself, wow, he makes eye contact, but like stuff like that. Like, I know with Zoom, it's eye contact is kind of a weird thing, but like, hey, uh, is there on time? These things, it's hard to like quantify any one of these things, but the whole sum of it and the synergistic effect of the whole total of it can make a big difference. So I know it's awkward asking an adult to be like, hey, help me out, but teachers aren't like, I can't talk about every teacher, but generally speaking, teachers aren't wanting you to have a hard time in life. They want you to do well in life. So just having an open conversation will go a long way. I mean, if I was a teacher, for example, and a student came to me and said like, hey, I like you and I really want you to write my recommendation. I have no idea what you think about me. I feel like we barely had any interactions. And honestly, I'm not sure that I'm not sure that you would want to write a recommendation for me. That would be shockingly honest. And I'd be like, well, let me, let me level with you on the same level of honesty, and here's what I can do, right? Like, I'd be impressed if a kid said that to me. Okay, I'm gonna. It's already 6:25, which is actually shocking to me. So I'm going to wrap up. Um, wrap up. Sorry, I'm just making a quick plan for my morning. I'm gonna wrap up, write out this bit of orientation thing, and then get out of the house. Okay. Hey, with by the way, with business, um, keep your eye on the prize. The prize is not getting into a college per se. I guess it could be. I mean, depends on the way you want to think about it. Keep your eye on the prize. But like, what I mean by keep your eye on the prize is like the thing that genuinely excites you about business. You know, uh, like these businesses so I don't know if you're more of a macro thinker or a micro thinker, but like in terms of business, you could be thinking about operations of a business, the inner mechanics of a business, what makes a business succeed or fail. You could be thinking about it more at the macro level, like how businesses like function in society, whatever it is. Though there's gonna be like a question inside you that kind of keeps you interested, right? Don't lose sight of that. Keep talking to yourself and keep talking to people around you about that question, whatever that question is, and keep exploring that question because it's somewhere there. If you're interested in it, there's some question that's in there that's keeping you interested. Find it out and keep talking about it. And you know what? Your teacher will start noticing. It's like, oh, okay. Most kids, when I teach U.S. history, they're just thinking. Most kids, when I teach Civil War, they're just thinking, oh my God, facts. But Daniel, when I'm teaching Civil War, he's thinking, oh, how did that connect to business? Like, how did that connect to the development of a corporate identity? It's like, which is like extremely far reach, right? It's like, how do you even make that connection? But you know what? I bet there is some connection. Actually, it's actually not that hard now that I think about it. There's the slave labor, which was free labor, and then there was. And then there was the South, whose economy and industry was completely wiped out after the Emancipation Proclamation, and a lot of resentment in the South. So what kinds of businesses cropped up in the South? I actually have no idea. But like then we had the carpetbaggers coming in. So like, what happened in terms of business? Like who's gonna trust? That makes sense. That's freaking. I actually had no clue. Thank you for that bit of education. That's crazy, but that makes so much sense. Yeah, but like, are you the kind of kid that just does that, right? And people will notice. People will notice. Like, you're learning about the Civil War. Whoa, okay. Like, hey, this kid is connecting that to something, to a larger question that he or she is interested in, so don't lose sight of that. All right, gotta go. Have a good evening for you. Have a kick-ass day. I'll see you in the next stream. Later.